Hey, closet busters and bold move makers. It is time once again for Life Uncloseted. So I want you to gather around because it is time once again to kick down those closet doors of your life. We're here to escape our BS, explore our fears, and elevate our self-expression. I'm your host, Rick Clemens. I'm the bold move expert and that coming out guy who's going to take you to the party, the pulpit, the wake, and back to the party of living your life uncloseted. So come on along with me and grab hold of yourself and get ready to step out, step up, and step into facing your fears, making your bold moves, and living life without apologies. Now let's get to the show. Hey, Life Uncloseted family. It is time once again for Life Uncloseted, the special edition for National Coming Out Day, where we are doing a 6-part series called Coming Out Without Coming Unglued. And man, I've really enjoyed sharing this because these are, 6 subjects. We're on the 6th one. We've already done 5. That are some of the most common things that come up in my coaching practices. I'm coaching people out of the closet doors. Ironically, they kind of come up even if you're not coming out about your sexuality. I could take these 6 series and actually apply them to somebody who's wanting to leave a job, somebody who's like, hey, I just want to get out of this relationship, not because I'm gay or bi or whatever. This relationship isn't working. I could apply this to somebody who's like, I want to start my own business, but I just can't get past the fears. I could actually pretty much take each one of these segments and do that. Not because I'm a wonder magician, but I'm telling you, these are common sense things that put all of us on edge. And so as we've worked through the 5 spaces, we've talked about lack of acceptance and how to walk through that. We've talked about religion, faith, and God. We've talked about sex. We have talked about really, truly, having that big talk about the thing you're about to reveal to everybody. We just did dating and mating on the last episode, and now here we are at number 6. So what could we possibly cover? We could go a lot of places, but what I find most often happens is once you've revealed, once you've stepped into who you are, you suddenly get faced with a whole lot of other potential closets. And this episode is all about owning your truth. And there's a section I have in my book about this. Frankly, my dear, I'm gay. If you've been listening, you can get the 2 free chapters. But if this is the first episode you're tuning into, grab those free chapters at rickclemens.com/free chapters. That's rickclemens.com/free chapters. And Clemens is Clemons. All right. So here we go. How do you own yourself? First, you take a deep breath and you realize this is who I am. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. Even if I just really discovered it in the last few years, I've stepped through the doors. I'm ready to break past the acceptance barriers. I've kind of done the work around religion and stuff. I'm cool, or I'm starting to get cool with like where I fit sexually and intimately. Had the big talk, and now I'm ready to go date and mate. But how do I continue to show up in the world? You just be consistent and committed to being yourself. But to do that, you need to define who you are in your own skin. And I usually say who you are in your own LGBTQ skin, but I like to just say define who you are in your skin. Because being LGBTQ is just one piece of who you are. I'm going to say that again. Being LGBTQ, so if you're gay, bi, lesbian, whatever it is, it's just a piece of who you are. But get really clear on who you are. What are your values? What do you stand for? Who are you? Because the more you can be who you are, the more consistent and committed you can be to showing up that way. And one of the ways that I find is easiest to do that is to make a commitment to yourself to no longer live by other people's standards. Now, that doesn't mean give everybody the finger and say, fuck you. That means, hey, that's an interesting perspective. That doesn't really fit for where I am, but I'm glad you have that perspective, and this is my perspective, and I'm going to do my life this way. Now, provided that doesn't hurt people, and that's like, I realize that's very subjective, but I think for the most part, how we live most of the time doesn't hurt anybody. What I'm doing in my bedroom with my husband doesn't hurt anybody around me. They may think it does if they're totally against gay sex, but hey, that's their stuff, not mine, as we've already talked about in this series. How people react and what they say is all about them, not about you. But live by your own standards and get clear about what those standards are. In fact, I would like to invite you to go to the web page for this episode, and you'll see that there's a worksheet about values that you can actually download. And that worksheet will help you work through and get to know yourself really well. So as you step forward, here's a couple of things where you're going to find some closets start to show up. First of all, love my LGBTQ community, but we can be the worst about, okay, now that you're out of the closet, here's how you have to act. Even that voice that I just did. It's a little demeaning, but people are going to start telling you, well, you're not gay enough, or that's not what we think. And for the most part, I don't think anybody has to fit into any box. I'm not going to get into the part that I think the box fits, but nobody defines what gay is but you. Nobody defines what lesbian is but you. Nobody defines what bisexual is but you. For you. Nobody defines the transgender experience but you. The polyamorous experience. The gender fluid experience. You define you and live by your standards and your values. And again, go download that worksheet on this show page. Just go to rickclemens.com, Life Uncloseted, and you'll find these bonus episodes and you can download that worksheet. But here's what's going to happen. They're going to say you need to be this way to be gay. Why aren't you out at work? Why do you go to that church? Why do you do these things? You do you, and you do your LGBTQ your way. Because if you don't, you're back in a closet and you're not owning your truth. And trust me, this is going to happen. You may go, I don't think that's going to happen to me. It will. It will. It will. It will. Trust me. I know I'm saying trust me. You don't even know me. Some of you have only probably listened to this for the first time today. Or you've listened and you're like, I don't really know who Rick is. I just know he's this guy that's got a podcast that sometimes he says some stuff that actually really makes sense and makes me go, that was some good shit. Okay, I get it. But own yourself. And trust me, the more you own yourself, the easier it's going to be yourself and to stand up when the stuff gets a little sticky, the conversations get sticky. And that's what I really want you to take away from this final part of the 6-part episode is you owning you is where this all started. And the more you continue to own you is where you'll continue to go and grow. So thanks for being part of this 6-part series on National Coming Out Day. I hope it's been helpful. I hope you will take advantage of the free chapters. There's an opportunity to do a strategy session with me if you're struggling with anything particular. You can get those on my website, or you'll get it when you get the email with the free chapters. There'll be a link in there to schedule a strategy session. And don't forget to do the values worksheet that goes with episode number 6, part 6 of Coming Out Without Coming Unglued. It's on that show page on my website. But most of all, before we wrap it up here, the biggest thing about living your truth is always remembering no more excuses, no more fears, no more apologies. Just do you. Thanks for being a part of this 6-part series. Have a great rest of your National Coming Out Day, or great day whenever you're listening to this. Some of you won't listen to this till you stumble across it at some point in time. Thanks for being part of this and listen to me. Hopefully it will give you some insights that you need to go live your most powerful you and to have the life that you really want to live unapologetically. Hey, Life Uncloseted family. Another episode of Life Uncloseted has come to an end, and it is time for all of us to sashay away and go face our fears, make those bold moves, and stand up to living our life without apology. But before you do, I've got a favor to ask of you. Would you hop over to iTunes or Spotify or Podbean or wherever it is that you're listening to this and just give us a little bit of love if you like what we're doing here at Life Uncloseted. Here's what it does. It helps other people find the show. It helps other people get to know what we're all about. And you just might help change a life. In fact, if you really want to change a life, we'd love it if you just ask a friend to take a listen and see what they think. So that's it. Love you all deeply. I'm Rick Clemens, the host of Life Uncloseted, and never stop stepping out, stepping up, and stepping into living your life uncloseted.